It's so good to see these two up here. Looking all rosy-cheeked and ready to take on the world and so excited. After 12 and a half years, it's great to see these guys every class. 12 and a half years. Who's those 12 and a half years later? I'll tell you. It's good to see Kenny up here with a smile on his face. It's like tortured him as a child. I remember Aunt Patti telling me the story when Kenny and I were about 3 and 4. She came over and she wanted to calm us down because she was babysitting us. So she took us to McDonald's. And then when she was driving out the drive-thru, she looked in the rearview mirror and she sees little Marty pouring his milkshake all over Kenny's lap. She was horrified. She looked back, she says, "What is going on?" And she looked back and she said, "She always remember I had a big smile on my face." It's just before she was about to ask us what's going on, I reached my arm and I looked over the two seats. I said, "Aunt Patti, can we spill this milkshake?"
That's the truth.
So I guess I was jealous because Kenny came in, he was getting the attention that I was getting. But as we got older, Kenny and I became best friends, and one thing that I liked, Kenny and I really shared, was business. And I know Kenny likes to make that green. Okay? Kenny likes to dough. I remember when we were young, we used to go to my dad's house, and he lives on the golf course. We used to sell lemonade to the golfers for 50 cents a pop. And the golfers, I was always president of marketing, screaming at the golfers, and Kenny was always the accountant. It was all $10 for the money. So I remember one time a golfer came by, he said, "Hey, you guys have any beer in there?" I looked at Kenny. Kenny looked at me. I looked at Kenny. Kenny looked at me. Kenny goes, "No, but I can get some." Next day, we turned that 9th hole at the Pennsylvania Country Club into a friggin' TGI Friday. We made my dad's beer, and we were selling it illegally to the golfers for 50 cents a pop. Kenny even had little pretzels that he had packaged up in sandwich bags. And every time the golfers came over to give Kenny the money, he likes that dough. Kenny always would say with a big smile on his face, "Thank you." So Kenny went in, he got to college, he started getting older, and I started hearing about this girl named Patti. And I was living in the city at the time, so I was kind of out of the loop, but eventually I met Patti. And I came in and I said, "Hey Patti, how you doing? I'm Kenny's brother Marty Ott." Because you know us lots, we're crazy and wild, right? And Patti gives me one of these tooth, he goes, "Hi, nice to meet you." I felt like I shook her damn arm off, okay? So Patti comes over and I said, "Oh, Jesus, she's not going to fit in the family. She's too timid for us." Boy, did Patti prove me wrong. It was a family function. And one thing about our family functions, people like to dance. And right when I turned around, I heard the DJ say, "It's percolator time." And who would you know but the first person on the dance floor? Patti, percolator hands. Come on, it's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. After that, I knew Patti was going to fit right in the family after that. So as I got to know Patti, I realized Patti was a beautiful person. She truly is. I always have Patti's back. She's kind, she's considerate, and most of all, she's very, very supportive. And that's important for someone like Kenny, because Kenny's very successful. Kenny's got a lot going on. He's a real estate entrepreneur. He's moving up the ladder in waste management, and he's got his own business. He's got his own Indians franchise. If that's not enough. So I remember when we first started Indians, and at the end of the season, all the college kids go home for the summer. So naturally, Kenny calls up his family. He says, "I need help." We said, "No problem." So I come in the morning with the family, and I come in, Kenny slaps his stupid hat on me covered in butter and his dumb Indians robe. He points to this bread. He says, "Roll the pretzels." Needless to say, I didn't have the 2-week mandatory Indians corporate-sponsored pretzel rolling training camp. He pointed to the dough. He said, "Roll it." And I didn't know what I was rolling. Fat pretzels, skinny 13-inch long pretzels. And I charge because Doobie was in charge of 15-minute smoke breaks every 15 minutes. So I got started in the practice. So Kenny turned around and it was a hot day, it was a power-packed day, it was packed. The lines were so long, we were selling the pretzels before they even came out. You know that little glass case where you see the pretzels, you see all the different flavors and colors and none of them. We didn't have any. As soon as we were done, we were sold out. This little wall was running down to my dad. So all of a sudden, I see Kenny come over and gives me the hairy one. He goes, "Mark, we need more pretzels. Mark, we need more pretzels. Mark, we need more pretzels." I heard that in my sleep for 2 weeks. Mark, we need more pretzels. So just when I turned around and I was going to have mutiny on the bounty with Kenny because I was just about fed up because I didn't know what I was doing. And Doobie was out there. I seen him through the glass window. Just when we were about to have mutiny on the bounty, I come in, and who saves the day? I turn to my left, and who do I see? Patty Percolator Haynes. She was pumping out those pretzels like a World War II Panzer tank. And she saved my ass that day, and I'll never forget that. So needless to say, Kenny, you got a beautiful bride, you got everything going for you. I always look up to you as a brother, I look up to you as a businessman, you got everything going, the world is yours. You got a beautiful, honest, caring, sincere person on your side. The Haynes family's great, the Ott family's great, the Smiths, everybody together. I'd like to say, raise it up, guys, because we got one hell of a bride in the room.
I'm at a nice round of applause. Not only for Marty, but for Marty as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Marty wanted to remind all of you that he performs 2 shows